Hi guys, this is my second attempt at reassessment on position, velocity, and acceleration. I chose question 21, and it states, to get to a concert on time, a harpsichordist has to drive 122 miles in 2 hours. So, first part asks, if he drove at an average speed of 55 miles an hour in a due west direction for the first hour and 20 minutes, what would be the average speed if he is driving 30 degrees south of west for the remaining 48 minutes? And the second part asks, what is the average velocity of the entire trip? Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, I approached this a little differently just to see if I could find an easier way of doing this. And it turns out, I thought it was a little easier. But the first thing I did was, I found the first distance first. Doing that, what I did was I multiplied 55.0 meters times the first 1.20 hours, and it gave me 66 miles. And then I subtracted that by the total miles that he had to drive, so 122 minus 66, which gives me 56 miles remaining, which is what my DR is, distance remaining. And then I could have easily did final time minus initial time, which was 2 hours minus the 1.2 hours that it took him to get where the first 55 miles, and that gave me a remaining time of 0.80 hours. Alright, so then what I did was I did my speed is equal to distance remaining over time remaining, which is 56 miles over 0.80 hours, which gives me 70 miles an hour, which is his average speed. Alright, the next question asks, what is the average velocity of the entire trip? Alright, so how I approached this one was I took my remaining distance, which was 56 miles, and I did my second D2, which is my second leg of the drive he's making. So D2W, because it's saying he's going west, and D2S, which is saying that he's going south. So what I did was I did 56 times the cosine of 30 degrees, being that he's going west, he's on the x-axis, and it gives me 48.5 miles. And then I did 56 miles times the sine of 30 degrees, because he's going south, going down, which is sine, gives me 28 miles. And then I add those two, I add my total W's together from the distance that I found before, which was the 66 miles, and the 48.5 miles that I found, because those are both going west. And then I got a value of 114.5 miles. And then what I did was I plugged it into the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, which is also c is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared. And it gave me 117.2 miles. And then to find the average, what I did was I plugged in my c value from the Pythagorean theorem, which was 117.2 miles, and I divided that by the total time, which was 2.00 hours, and it gave me an average velocity of 58.6 miles an hour.